was the war of oh I don't Borderlands. Yeah, more Borderlands. So how was your guys' weekend? How you doing, folks? I'm doing good. I saw Spider-Man on Saturday, and that was a load of fun. I was hoping for the best, and I got it. Those of you who haven't seen it yet, go watch it right now. I don't ever say that for a Sony movie, but go watch it right at this moment. And I'm not gonna talk about the history behind like how it all came to be. I'd say go watch the first 10 minutes of Tony Goldmark's video of his one movie later on Spider-Man. He pretty much like went through the problems with the licensing issues on its on just basically the whole franchise itself. And he did a pretty good job there. However, the only difference is that I at least saw some of the Amazing Spider-Man movie, the first one at least. He didn't. Excuse me. I mean, just to sum up what I thought about the first Amazing Spider-Man. Well, actually, before I get to that, first two Spider-Man movies from Sam Raimi, excellent movies. I do believe that Sam Raimi knew what he was doing with part 1 and 2. Oh gosh. I mean, some people have argued whether or not if Tobey Maguire was just too old to play as Peter Parker was just one of the complaints about him. Okay, first of all, I actually like Tobey Maguire a lot better than the other one. But yeah, I mean, it's not like he's staying as like a teenager throughout the entire first movie. He actually became an adult after the first 20 minutes or so, first 15 minutes. So, not only that, but at least he can act compared to the other one. And not only that, but with the writing of Sam Raimi, I mean, he kind of helped the movie flow better. I mean, there's actually some funny moments in the first movie that, now that I think about it, is actually pretty funny. Except for, and you know what, William Dafoe is a riot as a Green Goblin, even though it's pretty silly for the things he wanted to do. So, and for part 2, I've always thought it was better than the first one. Part 3, I don't know, that's kind of a...
This machine will digital...
Whoa! Unauthorized user up in my grill!
Ah,
You
dang.
trying to hack my catch a ride? I'm cool, bro. I'm cool.
Damn it. Oh, sorry. Darn it. A man named Scooter controls these catch-a-ride machines. He may be short a few chromosomes, but he's a savant when it comes to vehicles. He's locked the station to prevent the bandits from using it, but I'm reading an inactive Hyperion bot in the Bloodshot camp. If you can attach its interface adapter to the catch-a-ride, I can hack the machine and get you a car.
So anyway, part 3, I mean, at first I thought it was pretty bad, but then looking at it years later, I don't know, some people like Doug Walker or James Rolfe actually shed in a little more light within part 3 than I didn't really remember. I mean, there's actually some scenes in that movie that does look good enough for me to say that there is a good movie in there somewhere. And if you dig in long enough and hard enough, you could actually find it. And most of the decisions, it was if Sam Raimi didn't even want to make any of those. I mean, some of the decisions that you see in the movie, it wasn't really Sam Raimi's fault. You could even tell. Like, he didn't want Venom to be in that movie, but Sony demanded him to put him inside. And if it was solely, if it was just solely a Sandman movie, then I think we could have gotten something much better. I mean, there's a lot of some of the best moments in that film that was dramatically good was the Sandman moments, especially the part where he turns into Sandman. That was just done beautifully and majestically. But no, Sony overruled Sam Raimi, and we were stuck with what we ended up with. There are some pointless moments in there, like the prayer scene that that Venom makes in that movie, or of course the dance montage in it. Even as a kid watching it in the theaters, I was just, well, as a 17-year-old, I was merely coming out of my my kid years. But outside of that, it's fine, but not all that great. I don't recommend it to everyone, but I'm most certainly not gonna tell anyone not to watch it.
Can you put your face on? Show it to your mother! Ow! Baby,
And I've seen The Amazing Spider-Man, first one, and that's the only one I'll ever watch. I didn't see it all the way through. I stopped right at the part where Reptile was just found out his identity because he left his camera in the sewers, and it said property of Peter Parker with his name on it, and I just shut it off. I'm like, yeah, I'm done. Part 2 I didn't see, but I'm glad that movie did not do well. Because the first one, it's just Andrew Garfield just shuffling his voice. And yeah, fortunately he did a better job in Hacksaw Ridge. That's no disrespect to the guy who he was playing as, but that's basically because he actually talked like that. So I'm not saying that Andrew Garfield is just totally terrible, but I'm not saying that he's all that good either as an actor. Yeah, that's kind of my 2 cents with the with those two movies. And believe it or not, Sam Raimi wanted to make part 4, but he said, give me at least 5 years, and then I'll make part 4. And Sony said, nope, we're gonna do this 4 years from now. That's exactly when we're gonna release Spider-Man 4. Sam Raimi just didn't agree with that, and there was no Spider-Man 4 from that guy. And according to Sam Raimi, I was told that he was supposed to have Reptile in part 4. So basically they just wrote an origin story around Sam Raimi's idea. And yes, Gwen Stacy was supposed to be in it. So in a way they made Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 4 without having it be Spider-Man 4. I don't know, it's a weird thing to wrap your mind around it. And this track record for Sony, I mean, it has not been very good for me. I basically stopped watching all their movies after last year's Ghostbusters, which I don't understand why some people would want to defend it. it's not good. It's very bad. Yeah, there's just virtually nothing good I can say. And even before and after that, they weren't making that many good movies anyway. Like The Interview, they pretty much taken that movie out of the theaters for something that ended up being very boring. And what else? Then you got The Magnificent Seven, which was a generic western that nobody cared to watch. And then you got Passengers, which was a generic sci-fi that nobody cared to watch. So yeah, I think you can see why I don't care to give Sony any credit anymore. But this movie, I watched it just purely because it was purely because it was a Marvel movie. It was tied in with the entire franchise, with the Marvel universe.
Come back anytime.
And yeah, I'm glad I saw it. It might sound like a really contradicting and hypocritical reason, but you know what? I'm doing it just to see how like the entire like how much more Spider-Man can fit within this franchise. Tom Holland does a much better job in this movie than both Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire. It's a totally different storyline, totally different formula, which I'm glad that they did, without trying to bring up like an origin story or whatever, because everyone else is already pretty much tired of that. And Aunt May in this movie is more relatable than the previous Aunt Mays. It sounds weird for me to say it like that, but yeah, it's true. And Tony Stark's presence in this movie works. It's done very well.
Onto the catch a ride, and I'll get you a free car.
And so is Happy. Yes, Happy is back in this movie after having a 4-year absence from the whole cinematic universe. Believe it or not.
Executing phase shift.
Rescinding lockdown.
Wait a moment while I hack the catch a ride.
So,
Authorized user accepted. Enjoy the ride, and there's a pimento taco in the glove box.
Cool. Try requesting another car.
Ha! Thanks for using Scooter's catch a ride.
Real charmer, that one. You're great. Now head to Sanctuary and find Roland. He'll want to meet the Vault Hunter who stared down Handsome Jack and lived.
yeah.
Sometimes I
Oh man, I miss doing this.
things like intelligence, culture, morality, honor, ambition, good looks. I could go on, but I won't. But I can. I almost forgot to mention dignity. Watch, Stallion.
And just recently, a couple minutes ago, well, 15 minutes ago, probably more than that, I just saw the first episode of the new Castlevania series. And it's not, I mean, so far the first episode, it's fine, but there's some things that I'm kind of bothered by. First and foremost, I am not impressed by like how Dracula reveals himself to the whole public. Like the part where I mean, because when he's actually being himself in person, he actually looks really good. But when he's out there, like, when he's just out there, just showing himself in like flames or bats or whatever, or yeah, it just looks rather too silly to me. Other than, and some of the animation, I don't know. I mean, the character designs and like the way how everything looks, it looks more like Lady Death. And if you don't know what that is, look at Bennett the Sage's review of that movie. He is not wrong at all. I mean, it's not that it's not as shaky as Lady Death was, but it kind of reminds me of it, just by the character designs. Other than that, it's fine so far. I'm not as impressed as I wanted to be, but oh well, you can't have what you want all the time. Get the... Oh, wrong seat. There we go. And so far, the show is kind of faithful to the origin stories thereof. Oh, that's that. And, I just recently saw Boogie2988's video on his on talking about his new dieting, which is going to be just solely... Oh, you're still alive. Yeah, he's basically... He's now entering his new phase of dieting. And the very first couple days of him in... like, his first few days of his weight loss surgery. And I'm really happy for him. Because... I love that guy so much. I want to see him continue doing what he's been doing for years. He's a lot of fun. He's one of my...
Sanctuary, you bloodshot skaglegs. Hold up, you're a vault hunter. Just a sec. Roland wanted to talk to you. Let me echo him.
Yeah, he's...
So you're the one I've been hearing all this radio chatter about. Name's Roland. I used to be a vault hunter like you, until I formed the Crimson Raiders. We'll catch up when I get back to Sanctuary. For now, I need your help. My men tell me Corporal Reese hasn't returned the power core that we need to keep the city's shields running. Bring Reese back to Sanctuary, and you'll have earned your place in the Raiders. We're to keep the...
Roland's contacted you? Good. Listen to what he says. He can help us defeat Jack.
So yeah, he's one of my favorite. Boogie is one of my favorite YouTubers, probably my favorite YouTuber of all time. And he's pretty much brought in a lot of laughter, a lot of joy, a lot of entertainment. And I want to continue seeing him do what he does with plenty more years more in his life. I know I repeated the word more, but that's kind of a common trend with, well, my speech impediment and improv here. If you've never seen any of Boogie's videos, look up Boogie2988, his channel, and let me tell you, you're missing out if you haven't seen any of his stuff, because he is really, he's really one of the best people you can find on YouTube.
About those earthquakes. See, with every tremor, my drill gets closer to the vault, to freedom, order, and safety for us all. Sanctuary.
And I also saw, Sunday night, my very first time watching The Mighty Ducks. Yes, you heard me right. I have never seen The Mighty Ducks before. And I enjoyed it. I thought it was a lot of fun. And you know what? That movie showed me a brilliant way on how to actually quit my job. I'm gonna do just that. I'm gonna quack my way out of my job. Ah, man. I can't wait for that bright, beautiful moment when I get to do that. Just like quack, 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 quack. Yeah. What the? This is still fine? Ah! 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 I don't get it. What is there for me to do here? Oh.
Reese is in trouble? Damn it, spread thin enough as it is. Find him, soldier.
Ah! Hold on, where am I? Okay, so I'm at the Ah! Ah! Hold on. Great, I remember this. Great. No, there isn't a way I could go over there. Believe me, I've tried it many years ago. I can't really go through this with that car. Not through this gorge, at least. What? Oh. Ah. 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 Yeah. This is so funny. It's oh. Oh man, I did not expect that. I've never seen that happen. Ah, come on. Ah. No, no. I don't think so. Yes. One more piece. What's this? Oh.
Goddamn bloodshots, there's too many of them. If anyone can hear me, I need help! Just gag bait, grinder!
Hold on. Ah. might as well just equip one of them. What the? No. Yeah.
My money is going to be over 3 pounds of blood. Just like licorice. I'm a hand straight. They told me to bring a pail once. You look healthy. I think
Vault Hunter? Didn't think I rated that much of a rescue. One of those psychos ran off with the power core. Without it, Sanctuary will be defenseless. Get that core back to Sanctuary. I'm just gonna take a nap. Wake me up when I'm not on Pandora anymore.
Reese is dead? He was one of the first Crimson Lancemen I recruited to the Raiders. Get that power core back, and while you're at it, kill some bandits for Reese. That's what he would have wanted.
Looks like you've got a different waypoint. Sometimes your echo device can't find the precise location of what you're looking for. Search the area marked by the big-ass green circle on your minimap. Your objective is somewhere in that area.
I enjoyed that.
Oh, come on. Something more calm and relaxing than just doing this. This is almost as calm as fishing. Gotta admit that. Maybe that's why I always do this in games. Oh well. What the? I did not just imagine that. Did I just see him walk through a wall? Ah. Yeah.
I'm coming for you.
I'm empty.
Shit.
That's the power plant. Great. Jack won't destroy
Yes.
Sanctuary today, at least. I'll get back to the city. We'll meet up once I get there. Welcome to the Crimson Raid. Oh, damn it. I'm being attacked. I'll see you.
Ammo depleted.
Oh, come on.
The Resistance lost a good man today. But I'm sure Reese would have been happy to know how quickly you wiped out those blood streaks.
Don't worry, Johnny. I'm fine.
Where is it? Oh, dang it. Oh, come on. Oh, I have to be level 11. What level am I? Oh wait, it says in the bottom. Oh. I think I'm done here. Looks like, yeah, right after this one I'll be done. Well, give me a sec first. Nope.
devours me in blood and spits. How enjoyable.
This is a message to Sanctuary, the last stronghold of the Resistance. Pandora as you knew it, the Chaos, the Bandits, that time has passed. If you let it, this could be an era of order, peace. Just turn yourselves in, and I promise, your deaths will be quick. Hey, you like my speech? I was lying about the last part, by the way. I will spend a long time torturing you bandit scum to death, and I'll enjoy it even more because I should. I got a little secret that it'll probably just
Disagree.
I want everything more! You can still run!
Goodbye.
Some nice gear you got! Mission-loving tank sacks! You should be running!
Oh yeah. Like a boss. I did not.
Stunning riposte. Now collect the fur. In addition to making a spectacular hat decoration, I shall study the fur for my almanac about the creatures of Pandora.
Oh. No. Yes.
That sample will do admirably. Find me a few more, if you please.
Ooh, are you collecting bullymong fur? I love that stuff. It's soft, warm, and really good at absorbing robot tears. Once you're done collecting all the fur, why don't you bring it to me instead of Hammerlock?
I overheard Claptrap asking you for the bullymong fur you're collecting. As I fear he will do something irredeemably stupid with it, like make a mohawk out of it or something, let me sweeten the deal. If you bring me the fur, I shall give you one of my finest sniper rifles.
Lock and load. Don't get killed.
Walk-ins for suckers. Catch a ride?
Ah! No, no, no! Too far, too far, too far, too far! Ah!
Roland, is that you? Oh, it's the Vault Hunter. Get in quick. Roland's Echo communicator went dead. We need your help.
Okay, I think this is it for today. Hold on, after this.
Banditville, huh? Well done. It'll be nice to see a friendly face when I'm burning that place to the ground. Oh, and I have decided that I will tell you my secret later on, once you burned it.
So, yeah, I'm done. Have a good night, everybody.